And I'm Fallon Glick. Get ready for more orange barrels along Dixie Highway. Crews are building new medians. Well, one man is dead after a shooting inside a Jeffersonville auto shop. The new Indiana law will allow police to put potential child predators in jail before they ever touch a child.
That's a good first step.
Quote, fired up. He seemed very excited about this. So did Vince Tyree, Neely Bendapudi. Everyone's very excited, saying he's the correct fit. So how good of a fit is he for U of L? This is Jeffersonville's first murder of the year. Anyone with tips is asked to call Jeffersonville police. The Louisville City FC Stadium is taking shape in Butchertown.
Doesn't help the situation.
No, and Rick had to walk out during that last story about Spaghetti the cat. So good stuff there. Yeah. All right, parents, listen to this. Disney is recalling this toy because of a choking hazard. Cranch is expected to be on store shelves later this month. Okay, so maybe after having some of that, you'll need some of this. A big offer from Charmin. The company is releasing a forever roll.
You see what she did there? Fallon Glick said that. Can you believe it? Brilliant.
That's too much, though. Those are giant.
They are.
So it comes over. How do you explain that?
Well, you can say a lot of things.
Teachers are fired up over this special session. They say they are not being included in discussions to fix the pension problem. We just spoke to Kentucky State Police just a few minutes ago, and they do confirm that one man has been shot by police. He is in critical condition. This is what we know so far. 2 people have been shot, 2 separate locations. We are at the first location here right now. Reports of a shooting came in right after 9 p.m. This indictment alleges 6 officers were getting paid to work patrol shifts with LMPD, but at the same time, they were getting paid to work private security jobs. And because of that, they'll soon have their first court date here at the Judicial Center. What a fun time with all the celebrities on the red carpet today at Churchill Downs. And although it's been showering on and off all day, it didn't rain on this parade.
We begin tonight with a WDRB news alert. The FBI, KSP, and several other law enforcement agencies right now are at a home in connection with the disappearance of Savannah Spurlock.
Friends and family have been looking for answers as to where the mother of 4 has been over the last 6 months. So many unanswered questions. Chad, thank you. Metro Louisville's top cop says reducing the recent trend of violent crime is a top priority in a one-on-one interview with WDRB News. There have been nearly 180 shootings in Metro Louisville since January, and at least 53 of them have been fatal. Chief Steve Conrad says despite recent budget cuts and eliminating a police recruit class, the recent trend can be reversed. The chief says a partnership with federal agencies is helping take hundreds of guns off the streets, but he says the public can also help.
We need witnesses.
Chief Conrad also stressed the importance of securing your guns, and he says that is not in a glove box or the trunk of your car, but in a safe inside your home. Louisville Archbishop Joseph Kurtz surprised many when he revealed he had cancer. He says after several months of health issues, he was diagnosed with bladder and prostate cancer. Kurtz's treatment plan includes at least 12 weeks of immunotherapy and chemotherapy at Duke University in North Carolina. At the end of the treatment, Kurtz says he will have surgery to have his bladder and prostate removed. He says he feels good and has remained active and is asking for continued prayers. It's been almost 3 years since former University of Louisville President James Ramsey was forced to resign, but the school's nonprofit foundation still owes him money. The foundation is holding on to about $55,000 in deferred compensation that belongs to Ramsey. It doesn't want to release the money while the university's financial fraud lawsuit against him is pending. But Ramsey's attorney says the foundation is essentially stealing money that it agreed to pay Ramsey years ago. U of L and the foundation are suing the former president and a handful of other former officials for, quote, raiding the university's endowment. The case was filed last year. WDRB's Chris Otts shares more on where the case stands right now on our website.
Hundreds of veterans will show off their skills this weekend in Louisville at the National Veterans Wheelchair Games.
WDRB's Joel Skipper has the personal story of one of those players and how he's inspiring others. Joel. Police say this man, Bobby Powell, opened fire inside an auto shop, killing 1 person. The woman who went up to police during a shooting investigation and said she did it appears in court. The shooting happened yesterday morning on Patricia Drive. Cicely Herring told police she shot a woman in self-defense. In court today, her lawyer told the judge she and some friends were at a club when the woman threatened her. Herring says she left the club and felt like the woman was following her. She called police, but according to her lawyer, they never showed up.
When she got home,
Herring is charged with assault. The remains of a Korean War soldier return home nearly 70 years after he went missing. The body of Private Roger Lee Woods arrived at the Cincinnati airport today. Law enforcement and members of the Ohio Patriot Guard escorted his body back to Goshen, Ohio, while people lined the streets to honor him. In tonight's business news, before you bite into that burger or hot dog, you might want to check the bun. Georgia-based Flower Foods has recalled its hamburger and hot dog buns after it found small pieces of hard plastic in some of the equipment used to make them. They were sold at stores like Walmart and Aldi in several states, including Indiana and Kentucky. The buns were under brand names like Great Value, Wonder, Home Pride, and IGA. If you bought any of the recalled buns, you can return them for a full refund.
After more than 6 months, there may now be a break in the search for a missing Kentucky mother.
Several law enforcement agencies are at a home in Lancaster, Kentucky. WDRB's Chad Mills has been at the scene for about 2 hours. And Chad, what is happening at the home now? And our thanks to Chad Mills reporting there. We'll check back in with him soon as this case develops. The sister of one of the Delphi murder victims takes to YouTube to answer questions about the case. Kelsey German, the sister of Libby German, spent more than an hour and a half on a live stream addressing different issues surrounding the case. 14-year-old Libby German and 13-year-old Abby Williams were killed 2 years ago on a trail in Delphi. Nobody has been arrested. Kelsey, who is a Ball State student, addressed questions, including one about her family cooperating with investigators.
Absolutely no.
Kelsey said there have been so many rumors about what happened, and she hopes people will listen to her family instead of speculating about the case. We've been saying this today, Rick. You step outside and you instantly sweat.
It's
true.
It's kind of disgusting, to be honest with you. I mean,
This is pretty amazing. A Jeffersonville man has been chosen for a presidential gig.
Yeah, this is cool. Walter Havens of Havens Auto Detailing was chosen to be part of the 55-person team to work on the original Air Force One jet. The Boeing 707 presidential plane sits at Seattle's Museum of Flight. It flew Presidents Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, and Nixon. The detailers volunteer for the job as part of their patriotic duty. They're spending this week at the museum detailing Air Force One and other historic planes.
it's just really an honor.
Havens says the work is long and tedious, but it's the best detailing job he's ever worked on. How cool is that?
Yeah, even though it's volunteer, I bet it's probably pretty tough to get chosen for that. That's just incredible.
All right, Rick, it's hot.
it's hot. I mean, yeah, you kind of covered it for me. There's a chance for a couple of storms this evening, and then a few more tomorrow, but Friday looks fantastic.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.